OKFM 101.7.
It's what I'm telling you.
All right, so Prophet Nigel Gaisie, a leader founder, Prophetic Hill Chapel. And Yaneno Etwa, a Yankomo Boiso. Sabria Donko Aba Pound Samabako, a minute after 10. Namidi Fukase, Machin.
I'm just to say.
Oh, Yamiadum, and Tessa Woody, Afisha Panso.
I think of it, actually, and Kasai, if you can't buy it, Kasai.
Oh, let the week say I am strong. And he says, he cannot have never dear, I do for dear Mokasa, or Sutana Monti, me receive with your working. Tiscano, said Yanano, Jabez Kayano, emblem indeed. Amen. Amen. Oh, Namiad Mulma, the last time I'm in Kasaya was Enra. Enra. Now, I know pay crowns to me, my friend.
Like a Mutiana.
What if a friend one pay year? And Comobia, Air Kosovo was Namanyuku NPP. It has to do with 2024 election.
Yeah.
Wamudi in Kugu. Now in Kugu, no, Majidi said, one monitor and what to be. Attribution a Koso, near my Mutu said, didn't Kugu no buy. The General Secretary of the NPP Council, so Abe attested to that fact. He said, "Wamun to me can the aspect of spirituality and free muda." Ashanti Regional Communication Director at the Ma NPP, so dear, what can paying? Says spirituality, so we free more and any artists. Then we have former Subi NPP MP, Honorable Eugene, and so Babeka said, "Only the one you say." Omunkuguno has something to do with spirituality. And now Kwakobasa no pay, maybe a need ye bisa say, Jamwedi for ye dear. Ye can say ye betwa bar. Ewo sunsumu won sunsan so bi ewa bar ye beto no honam so. Titru ne semra ye kotwa ba no. Edi fo hyenkom e kire de bekwa akosi. Wamu wamu hyenkom nso so ye ntumi enka enyi Prophet Nigel Gaisie emfrim. Use bi kan de besi ene si yi abato ne sunsumu ete say
But I see the requirement na meet here. It is the first time the whole year make us our radio, so it's meet here, your papa, or requirement despite no and me personal father, Father Dexter, and Isaac will be a message here. I saw from paying for a woman will be a make here, my church members. Prophetic church members, my elders, none for the money. Now to your question, anything is not just about in every aspect of the human endeavor, every aspect of the human space. No, you can't take the element of spirituality out of it. Even so, what could Kakra? To an extent, they believe that there is an entity that controls what we see. Into whichever way with Papa MP with Eugene, is a good man. I think say or kind of correct for some time, into on other side, so saying spirituality crap. To a larger extent, what Kosuku is doing crap. Scientists still agree that yes, it be a Yamini, but there is an unseen entity. So that unseen entity supports the assertion say every aspect of human endeavor, spirituality plays a major role. And if spirituality plays a major role there, when it comes to politics, spirituality and elections, spirituality, the prophetism plays a major role. And to speak to your question categorically and specifically, this past election, spirituality spirituality played about 90%. Now I'll elaborate why I'm saying so. The last election, a D4 Bombay the past government, a D4 Bombay some specific people, a D4 and the Church of God. Normal baby deep things are the MPP and the past regime. And it was because almost sorry are sorry no. Majority is not all of them, and I say it in all humility. It's not the whole fraternity NPP, but they allow just a few, if you ask me, to attack the church, to cause pain to individuals, to every. It got to a point that to every fabric of Ghanaian society. If you go to the business community, if you meet even Omo NPP Foni Bikra, everybody was in pain. But back to it, the church, the prophets. Shenia, the last regime, Omo ye edi for Oma we. Omo edi for aye kechi Omo tumu. Edi for onye hene ya so kane esi so ya so internet esi so Omo tuyan krofoka na ejuma nyame afa so aye ebi afi nkola ase. And ministry is not for the weak, and ministry is extremely capital intensive. What's on TV? What copy? Because alone, what code? What's on TV? Why you? Nyamia don't be sorry. Koye. Then obibe timatna ready to see the so in the name say or power or MPP ni. No we go mufi. No we sama in the West now pono. So we unbeliever power. Oh yes, hadiano. And I won't drink sardine, and it was strange to the Ghanaian society because you the first MPP led by me, but the few years I've lived on earth, I saw the J. Kufuor MPP. I'm a learned man, I'm an inky man. We have read about the politics in Ghana written by Michael Quay. I've read about the days of the Roach and Nomo. That wasn't the MPP that they coded or they wrote down. The last past MPP was a different kind of MPP that came to destroy everything. And the Sunsumia Juma, here movie a Yesuns for an idea. Man can't say, yeah, no here MPP. We worked against their colors, we worked against the elephants, we worked against everything MPP. And we did so because they took us through pain. And aside they taking us through pain, I think, sir, individually they attack some of us, and you're moving on, and it's not just me, it's across board. The result that came, it's across board. It's, I think, say, General Secretary, a prayerful guy, or one pie, and now one pie, Romans chapter 8, you don't say, Nyamon believe you say, a normal a course with you. It's not just with science and data. To the extent, say, Kokubon Sam Krabit me about out, I can say, and Nabosomo say, Omobuo for MPP. It means see that. Say, Nyame ebuofu. Na so you describe and say, I said advice quote unquote and so because say normal so ebuofu dia. It should tell you say anybody that will not acknowledge that spirituality played a major role in the last election and they still want to live in that illusion, say spirituality and play role, then they should be ready. Say they are not ready to come back to power because the earlier they accept, then people that they have to visit individually to say sorry to them, to apologize to them. We can reverse or we can become. We will not be in grief. The earlier the better. The last election there, it was 90% spirituality. President Mahama becoming a president again, NDC being in power. If I tell you personally, I went to 2 years. Because some of my prophet friends have died because of what MPP did to us. Because of what they did to us on the 2. Because of what they did, their cabal in Jubilee House, young boys in Jubilee House. Marco School, Mobeba, Debeba Nation Building. You made the church targets. You made some of our targets. You made Reverend Sam Kwanshanka targets. You made a Bishop Ajinasari target. You made the church of, and I tell you, and I'm saying it for free, that senior men of God called us before the election that we should raise horns against the MPP. Senior, major, mega church leaders, we met, they called us that these people, we should fight them, we should kick them out of power. And when we go on our knees, we did so. And the result is evident for all to know that the result beats imagination, the result beats science and data. It is spirituality. What was I breaking? It's about the past regime. I tell you, say, the factory. All your say you have no idea, Kwame. Yeah, normal soon it's the last regime. So omo yem pa before to say me mami kejem free ne omo prophetic need, you know. The earlier take a step so as end the West. And it should be a lesson to every regime, and it should be a lesson to every politician. So if you stand up against the church, if you stand up against innocent people, some of us have no guns, some of us have no sword or knife, but we know how to pray. We go on our knees. That is one of the first points. So if you want to ask me something, then we can go into the Bible, Kwame.
Yo, Odifo, well said. Then, so bring it the point, say, spirituality they won't mean influence because the NPP, as a party and as a government, also did self-inflection. One, party Emra Wamoba 2016, Wamo mantra was the battle is the Lord's.
Yeah.
Na mampeni dada nanado kra nano nyomua ope enye bim nation ana shatter movement nyom nemum oye. Number 2, a government and a party that promised God. So basi cathedral ede amano. Now so in 8 years okono na sebi foundation kra yento ye no. That alone kra no is enough to incur the wrath of God. And no betumi ama nyame kra so adane edifo na koma against them. We are for you this spiritual mystical revelation it is
Kwame, I saw your software that again make sure me papa me mama will be paying for me kola will be make sure me members prophetic church members okay Bible okay Psalm 32 verse 9 so do not be like the horse or the mule which have no understanding but must be controlled by bait and battle. And okay Psalm 109 Psalm 105 obi bia or promising Yamea 1 year near Okayano, Yamichin Hofino, and there are repercussions of that. And that is what happened to the past NPP regime. Nanado, His Excellency, the former president, a promising Yami, that I need not even elaborate, be any. And almost started, the battle is the Lord. And you know that Ghanaians, majority of us are spiritual.
That's right.
When you hit on our spiritual antennas and spiritual sensibility, we fall for it. So the battle is the Lord. That's what that forest. Glorious wave. The battle is the Lord. And we fall for it. I feel the almost baby, you know. Sisifia and a normally Ghana for him. And anybody, any politician that take the regular Ghanaian for granted, you are making a mistake because hello, Ghana 4 are descending. So if you think that we've given you power, the general majority have given you power, and how you started, you will not be consistent with the social contractor. With the passage of time, 4 years is just you. Now power you don't see, but yeah, wait, you know. We just see 4 years is just here. 4 years after 8 years, Ghanaians will punish you. And when they punish you, so Kai said, it be a better pass of what's number. Until let no politician take the Ghanaian for granted. So the last past regime, no, the promise of God, no, I can't be. After the promise of God, no, they are arrogant. They are arrogant. Osha Oka Bible. Bible mama say I am for be sorry. Oka Daniel 4 verse 22 to 32. I am for sorry. Ebe dia. Arrogance in the radiji 2 minutes if you're munzem. The arrogance of the past regime. Some of the things look, one of the big people in NPP is in parliament right now. Mr. Nyame Pharmaceutical Kombi. He called me on phone to abuse me odidi matem.
Oh,
yes. Me person me body the paying for NPP for paying MP we parliamentary committee we can be paying for of frame of phone. So in some okika you know akola koto akwent me nkasa minimum me no share that nyame adwuma na meye. He called me on phone. The arrogance, most of them became some of them were our mates, some of them were our friends. When they had power, They don't pick their calls again. When you call them, you don't pick them. Some of them were even praying for them. I always use Jefferson Saki as an example. Jefferson Saki was my son. I used to give Jefferson Saki money, but when they got into power, the arrogance in Kofwa, almost sign no crowd the air foul. Now, a different call bomb fire more, come more pono. Some of that no much said different. Emma and no man say a D4, yet it's here D4 at 2. It should be a lesson to all of us. Me no kwame yet, me no bonko, me no bibia OT, okay, say. Maybe I mean, I've been against or cats, and you say, a many dinka so. And as it all said to me, and yet to me, would be no dear, to me, you'll be dear, and your dimma will be no dear, one answer or wrestle. Power is a trust. Power, the general majority gives you power. And the power does not belong to the person who, as it were, is the absolute king or the leader. The power belongs to the masses. So if we entrust you with the power, we expect you to respect us. We will expect that if somebody has broken the law, you match the person before the law, and for the law to, as it were, deal with the person. But you to me and say in some. There's a guy called Krobia Sante in Jubilee House. That guy was every now and then destroying everything that the Church of God was doing. Or data, almost Facebook, almost sell why you say, and they are so good at creating scandal around men of God, creating scandal around businessmen and women. They are both bread, baby. Fools don't live their life by the message of God. The general majority, businessmen here and there were living. But some small people in the Jubilee are because Omanya power. Obi to say, there was a young guy, something respectfully in the Jubilee House. There be not sure no fire. You don't know us. All these things are lies. And I am sorry, we have a family. People depend on us. And in nation building, you hear Kwame Amor or your journalists. You hear your work Makola or Ton Tomatoes. You hear a software woman. You hear businessmen woman. The past NPP regime, almost almost sell more. So I think say, Nyamina punish more, and it's a lesson to them. They can come back again if they change and strengthen themselves. Just like Israel catch Esau or say, Annie, at the end of the few but South Prince on Yamia Dom, Ebesa cow. And so they should go back to the drawing board, like some of them are calling, and they should come down. Because Bible said no breno no wasno and mobo ekasama. They should come down. They have offended people. The past regime, they almost look. I met somebody in Heathrow in the UK. My many kasano also have had stroke, partial stroke, because of what this regime did to me. I say my life savings, I must save it from UK na Medibeto Bank. All of a sudden, I'm going to be the haircut. I'm not my stroke. My name stroke. When yes was besides a prophet, my background and I say, men san ko awo mubium. Maybe almost 62, 65. How can I go back and go and work in this snow cold mubium? They've done a lot of people, and a lot of people, though they've lost power. Last 3 days, somebody came to pay people or NPP. I said, Prophet, young Crawford, young Crawford, but or dear Bonnie. They cause people pain. And the earlier Ombe accepted to go back. I'm happy about the Professor Michael Quay committee. They have to walk to people, drive to people, invite people to say sorry to them. Send a bear, they can come back again because NPP is a fine party. I believe that is a fine party. They have fine people in the party. And Ghana, because NDC cannot be the only party, CPP cannot be the only party, PNC cannot be the only party. It's democracy. So they should go back to the drawing board.
Yani Prophet Nigel Gaisie and Ekesi for many who didn't believe for any your capacity, any ability and what you can do. Titru se ban election mu 2024 election e dey see you know ama obi besia na edi for no establish mo prophetic authority say yes indeed Amos chapter 3 verse 7 kan ya wo mo say so tumfo nyankopon be ye bibi wasase so a wodi nkan yi kire na di for no ansa going forward NDC as a party and now a party in government said the uchremu say NPP for wɔn hyɛ ase wɔn de nyame na hyɛ ase nanso ɛka mi ayɛ sɛ wɔn kɔ wie no wɔn yi nyame a wɔn de ne hyɛ ase esi nkyɛn ma nyame ɛyɛ disappointed in them no for the NDC and NDC government not to toe that line of ingratitude no efuto be na wo de be ma wo mo
ba me sa da wase na meda me papa sofo ewo man mu nyina se me bodin amodoso na ye fast and prayers and meda me church members so ase akira obibia prophetic church members na ba me ma me ka se me o se kwabena sanya eye no wada no so kwa me so da o ti proverbs no nkura che me chi na ye papa sa. You see, me papa, Jesus Abranti, me because so ko baby now say, what down for be and so be about the say here. Oh, the answer Johnny see on crown. Oh, Johnny no one sense so now the wabodge and start is the now the wabodge and I the ashim. See, futua Mecca at NDC for His Excellency President Mahaman in administration. It's early days yet for me to comment on it. But the little suggestion I'll give, sir, they should not repeat. They should sit down and know that they have already made the analysis. They should not repeat the mistakes of the NPP. They should not. They should pick the good things they were doing, like the free SHS, and advance on it. They should not cancel the free SHS. I think that is a good policy. But they should do better. They should improve on it. But they should not forget, sir, it's the prophets and the spiritual men that brought them to power. I repeat that again. The NDC, His Excellency, the President of the Republic, and all the apparatchiks and actors you know, say, a D4 on your mobile power. And I send you MPP for a co-position. A word to the wise is enough. And I will tell the NDC people, which the last 8-9 years I've invested so much in it, so not just me, but I speak for the church. So also be a mistake, also be a mistake, Obia is mistake, businessman be a mistake, Obia a mistake. They should let the law deal with the person. They should not repeat what the MPP did. They will use Kukwana, they will use other people, and normally scandals. They should avoid that. Normally, the majority trust Ghanaians have given to them. I'm praying for them. We are praying for them. Not only me. The goodwill they have. They should, on the ticket of that goodwill, deliver for Ghanaians. And I believe God said, Nyamebe come. And before I go, make to the chairman, the NDC chairman of the appointment committee for say, with the greatest of respect to the position and the citizen, is behaving more Catholic than the Pope. He is too soft. He is too soft. And he should listen because it's too early to start base, to lose base. The chairman of the appointment committee of the NDC should know that they did not get there just by appearing from the moon. They've gone through pain for the last 8 years. So he should stop behaving like a baby. Nobody is there in parliament with the greatest of respect to babysit anybody. He should sit up. He should sit up. The appointment committee chairman of the NDC, he should sit up. Kwame, when your name is Maminjan, Emre Power comment, it's too early to talk about NDC. I wish everybody will make Honorable Julo Zebra, Papa, and Sidin Christian Papa Sap, Obi Bia with me. And the young men and women, and Yami Adam, as a Mahama Antrasomo, with a duty to serve the nation, you know. They should not forget Empire and Adiomo Bae, Omkoye Numadin, and Shepherd Mahama and Nunyam, and we Vice President Obano. Now, Omunye Jumadin, Omumbro, when they should, the confidence reports in them, no, they should not disappoint the president, the vice president, and the general majority as a nation as a whole. It is quite Maminjan come here fast. Yamisha Isaac into me, Manafishapa.
Now, who koina first yamuye, Senka Bayapa said you tear for Pepiankuma, Womuti, Shayino. Anya Bia Nube inviting Abana, Sadanyami Yusu as a conduit to bless Nemei, not ya baby near to Sababi Jinshayana.
I'm with our celebrity. See, make us a master with their friends, our domi, who do domi market 2 minutes, preferring our church. The whole the whole week, yeah, fasting. Yeah, started from Sunday, and anyway, 6 to 8, yeah, it's Friday on I can say, until Friday, me patch Obia, I'm ready. Obia, I'm ready. Never bonfire. Mitia, we Ulumai, Udi for Usudem Plane, Bishop Salifwa Mwakon, Sofo Pokunsa, Bishop Sambak, Bishop Bezo Foriata. And Kwame, do you know that before I go, I lost this thought. NPP. We lost almost everything under NPP. They off my TV. They lost everything. General Secretary, you know, on Koswa, she talks to people. They should say sorry. We are one people. We are one people. We should forgive each other and let's build the nation, Ghana.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It's a gratis. Good morning, sir.
Prophet Nigel Gaisie, a leader, founder of Prophetic Hill Chapel. And we're looking at the spirituality aspect of elections. And then
OKFM 101.7.